Hey y'all, wanted to do a practice video for Sanat, Waymaker. This song originally was written by Sanat or Sinach or however you say her name. She's a South African. She's written a lot of really awesome praise and worship songs. We're not doing her version. We're doing the World Harvest Church version, which is really cool and adds a lot of spice to the mix and just kind of steps the whole song up a little bit as far as progressions and licks. That version's on PCO. Everything I'm about to show you, which I would definitely watch this video because there's some killer licks, and basically what I'm doing is the stuff that's not in the chord sheet. I'm painstakingly figuring all of it out and then throwing it at you in a video so you don't have to spend hours trying to digest all this stuff. You can just watch this video and I'm spelling it note by note out for you. So that's the benefit of the video. Also, I'll talk a little bit in this video about my process. The first thing I start off doing, I have like a 4-step process for learning songs and really preparing for Sunday. Because I really relearn songs, even songs that I already know. First thing I do is I do research. And basically what I'm doing in that research, it means I'm not even trying to play the song. And most of you guys know this. This is more for the younger musicians, but who knows? It may help somebody. So the first thing I do is I go listen to as many versions as possible, musically speaking, of a song because I'm listening and I'm trying to find every musician. I know I'm not a great piano player, but I'm a great listener. And so I can listen to a lot of stuff. And basically what I'm listening for is not necessarily to get the song in my head. I'm listening to ideas. I'm trying to collect ideas. So if I play a song and, I rely on my library of tricks, I may only know 3 tricks in the key of A. So, and this applies to guitar, bass, whatever, drums, everything, even singing. So I may play C, F minor, and this is actually applicable for this song. And maybe that's all I know. And my trick in A is that's the only lick I know. So what I do is I listen to a lot of versions, and just like this World Harvest version, is Sinach version is very chill. It's a very straightforward. It's 1-4-5, 6 minor, your normal mix. In this version, it's actually there's a lot of advanced stuff going on that's not super complex, but music theory speaking wise, it's definitely not beginner So one of the things that happened in this song was a little run that I picked up on, and I may have not known to do this in the song, may have not known the right time or the right place, or even thought about it if I wouldn't have researched and learned all this. Not to mention, they show you a lot of different chord progressions and ideas. So research. Listen to different versions of songs and you'll get ideas for things you can do that you would have never thought of to begin with. The second thing I do is listen. And that sounds obvious, but I listen to our praise and worship songs all week long. Every single day, I listen to each song at least once. Once I settle on the version, and for you guys, the version we're going to do is going to be in PCO. So it's critical to listen to that version the most and practice with that version the most. But I listen to our songs every day, especially new songs, because once I get up on Sunday, I don't want there to be any doubt in my mind or confusion or anything. I want to know how that song goes. I want to know the timing of it. And a lot of times when I'm listening, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and counting it out. So I know this lick or this movement starts on the 3rd beat of the 2nd measure of the verse or whatever. And so a lot of what I'm trying to do with our chord sheets is take the song select sheet, and if there's a lick or something, I'll time out these passes in these licks so it's actually written into the chord chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cut, or 1, 2, 3 lick, to try to give you guys the timing to make it simpler for you guys to, again, make your jobs easier so you can just come in and learn a song that may sound complex, but hopefully I'm trying to break them down using the videos, using voluntary Saturday practices, and everything else to try to make them as fast as possible. So the second thing I do is I listen all during the week. The third thing I do is I practice, and obviously everybody knows about practice, but I spend about probably 30 minutes every day just warming up, probably an hour practicing a day, and everybody doesn't have that time, but if you spend an hour or two before you come on Sunday, you'll be ready to rock and roll. So third thing, and I don't need to talk to you guys about practice because you do a great job practicing. So the third thing is I practice a lot. And the fourth thing and the hardest thing to do is I try to figure out if I did make errors. Like, one of the things I do that I try to work on is overplaying. But if I'm not paying attention to what the errors I'm making or mistakes, I won't know what to work on next week. So last thing I do is I try to assess and then spend quality time focusing on that. But part of the whole assessing and education part, the fourth step, is I'm also doing like development in my instrument outside of practice. And what that means is practicing to play a song or a praise chorus, that's practice, but it's not necessarily learning. You're learning chords you already knew in a different progression maybe, but you're not necessarily learning a lick or learning a new chord progression or learning a new chord or learning a new chord pattern. A lot of times they're the same patterns, 1, 6 minor, 4, 5. So I make sure as part of that assess, education, moving forward process, I make sure I try to be engaged in some type of formal curriculum. There's a million out there. One of them for keyboards is Dirty Chords, but there's all kinds of drumming websites, piano websites, bass websites, guitar websites, whatever you do. There's curriculums, there's videos, you can buy them $10 a pop, or they're all the way up to like full-fledged, like the UPCI has an awesome music program. So always try to be engaged in that. So let's get into this song without any more ado. I spent 7 minutes talking about that. I feel bad, but I feel like it was good. Alright, let's talk about this song. It starts on D. A, E, F sharp minor. Verse 1. I'm doing a lot of 2 chords, a lot of major 7s. 2 chords. F sharp minor. You are here. The verse 1 is D to A. Just 4 chords. E to F sharp minor. We're going to repeat verse 1. D. Moving in the that was just the third walk up. Chorus, version 1. D to A, E to F sharp minor. Same 4 chords, same pattern. This is a South African song, so it's gotta get that boom, da boom, da boom, da boom, boom, da boom. It's got that like vibe, So now we're going into verse 2. D to A2. E, F sharp minor. Now we're going to go into some licks, and I'll go through them. D, they're on page 2, verse 2. Licks. This is lick 1. I worship 1, 2. Alright, let's go over that real quick. No. So the timing is, no, I'm not just going to brush past it, but it's you are here. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Healing every heart. I worship you. 4th line of the 2nd verse. I worship you. 1, 2. Bum, 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 bum. And you'll see the lick notes on your chord sheet. A flat, G flat, D flat, D. And it ends on a D major 7 chord. Or you can play D2 major 7 to add all that together. It sounds like that. So again, it's I worship you. I worship you. I'm putting an extra roll in there, but you can start it on the A and go. So, I worship you. I worship 1, 2. That's the timing. And it ends on here, mending every heart. I'll go ahead and go over lick 2. I worship you. I worship you. That's lick 2. And it's basically an A scale for most of the way. A flat, G flat. This is on your chord sheet, and it's the second lick on page 2. It's the third from the last line of verse 2. So A flat, G flat, E, D, D flat, B, A, and then a little slower it does the G flat, E, and then it does a bass walk up. These are single notes, but you could play a B minor chord. So B, C, I'm just hitting that as a single note. I'm not playing a chord there. And then A over C sharp. So the timing is I worship you. This is lick 2. I worship you. Sorry about that. So again, I worship you. I worship you. So let's do it with the CD real quick. This is around the 2-minute marker. Worship you. I worship. Alright, they were on lick 1, my bad. I worship you. Lick 2. There we go. I worship you. Into verse 2. Here's a cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are Waymaker. Chorus version 1. Yes, we do a version 2. Waymaker. Now version 2 chorus. Alright, so that lick going into version 2 of the chorus is that is who you are. Or actually, sorry, not version 2 of the chorus. This is the bridge, and it's that is who you are. That is who you are. And that lick is A, B, C sharp, E, and it ends on a D major 7 chord. So that is who you are. And this is going into the bridge, not version 2 of the chorus. My bad. So, the bridge. That is who you are. That is who you are. That is who you are. And that is who you are. And then, that is who you are. Alright, that's a cool chord. It goes out of key signature. So it's A, B, C sharp, E, and then it goes to a G major 7 with G in the bass. So, alright. So let's play from about 2 minutes in, and we will go through the last part of verse 2 into the bridge. If you get this, you've got the song. So, that was lick 1. Mending every heart. I worship you. Here we go, lick 2. I worship you. sharp E, D. That's the second one. G major 7. Alright, so let's go over those chords. In the last part of the bridge, it was that is who you are, G major 7, and then it's that sound to that G flat minor 7. That is who you are, E, back up to that G flat minor 7. You are Waymaker. Goes back to the chorus. So the first lick on the bridge is that is who you are, to a D major 7. D as in dog. And then the second lick of the bridge is that is who you are. That is who you are. You are Waymaker, miracle worker. Alright, let's start it back a little bit. So go into verse 2. Or chorus. Sorry.
There is no one like you, Jesus.
Alright, so right there they do something really cool. They slide up in the bass to that E flat, and then they go D, and then D flat. But on the piano and keys, they're going. Sorry. So, yeah, it sounds really cool. It's out of key signature, and they do it like Waymaker. So it sounds cool. So we'll do that with them real quick. That's on version 2 of the chorus. That's the only thing that's different on that. This is version 1. Now version 2.
There is no one like you, Jesus. Miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness.
Again, they do it there. So that would be chord version 2. Very nice song.
Yeah.
end there they go, promise keeper, light in the darkness, that is who you are. And of course they end on that 4. And when we end this song, we'll probably end on that 4. And then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And go to a G major 7. And while the preacher's still walking up and everybody's praying, this is a cool way to end it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, A over C sharp. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, a last D major 7. So again, that's how we'll end it. So, Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just rumble all those chords. So that's 22 minutes of video about this song. This song is awesome. And there's little things that they do that, you know, we can do, but these are the major things. Like, I don't want this to get to where we're so worried about replicating it, but man, if there's a cool run or lick or something, it's really cool for us to get syncopated and do some of these really nice sounding things. So I'm really excited about doing this song. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we will see you Sunday. Thanks, guys.